My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
It's the Al Travis Show. Love having this cat in here. He's Jack Zimmerman. Jack, how you doing today, buddy?
Good, Al. How are you doing?
I'm good. Don Shelby was on and just made me laugh my backside off. I find him hilarious. I should ask you a couple of things. Same line of questioning. Your Thanksgiving, is it I would almost think yours might be more traditional, but not in the sense that I could see you having a lot of stuff on your table that maybe the forefathers ate, and it isn't just turkey. Are you just a turkey stuffing guy, or do you raid your freezer and you get moose in there, some caribou on the table, and maybe a bear?
No, Al. Traditionally, I'm a ham guy. I don't want that turkey. I'm not a big turkey guy, you know.
Really?
Love ham, maybe mainly for the ham gravy. I think I love the ham gravy more than anything, you know. But
that's not wrong. But no, wait, you turkey hunt, don't you?
Oh yeah.
But you don't like the turkey. You don't like the taste of turkey.
Well, I do. But I mean, if I had a choice, Al, if I have a choice,
all right, that's fair. All right,
going ham.
All right, fair enough. So ham gravy. A little different. Why? What was this year?
Well, this year I ended up going to the Baltimore-Cincinnati, the late game on Thanksgiving. And
oh, wow.
I was invited up there from Joint Task Force Canines. I was looking for a dog. You know, I'm a dog guy. I love having dogs. I had my dog Moose. Me and him were the first team to ever qualify for a hunting title out of a wheelchair. And I love training dogs. I love bringing them with me. And I was looking for a new dog, and I got connected with Keith Holland at Joint Task Force Canines. And he's a retired Special Forces dog handler, and when he retired, he decided he wanted to build dogs for guys that have been in the service before. And you know, I never really thought I ever needed a service dog up until he kind of sold me on one and the things that the dog can do for me and everything else. And
well, let's talk this guy. Yeah. Let's talk. This guy's training. He's an Army dog trainer. Yeah. Okay, that's a specialty. So with this dog you're going to get, it's going to be able to sniff a bomb out of your butt if it has to. But what's he doing for you? Is it a service dog as we know it, or is it going to be a hunting dog for you? What kind of training is this dog getting?
Yeah, so this dog will be able to help me with daily tasks, just around grab things up off the floor for me, open doors, hold doors open, brace so I can jump back into my wheelchair if I'm on the floor.
Really?
All kinds of things like that. And then it will also, Keith likes to try to help guys find purpose as well. So he dual trains these dogs. So I decided to go down the cadaver route. So I'm going to train to have my dog be a cadaver dog as well. So like when that tragedy down in Texas unfolded with the flooding and stuff like that, I can head down there with my dog and help search for people and natural disasters, things like that. So it gives us a reason to get up and go train every day, to continue to do things like that and be proficient at it. And, you know, try to make the world a better place and maybe reunite somebody with their family after such a tragedy, you know?
Wow, I love that. How much training goes into a dog to get him to be able to do both of them? I mean, cadaver itself, I mean, I don't know, is that 2-3 years to get a dog to do that and then to help you out? Is this dog going to be ancient by the time you get it? How old's the dog when you pick it up?
It's crazy. I met this dog for the first time at the football game because right after halftime, they awarded me the dog essentially after halftime and recognized me for my service. Oh, wow. So that was pretty cool in front of the whole stadium. But this dog, Al, she walked from the hotel all the way into the stadium through the whole crowd and sat through the whole game and was just content as ever. You know, never pulled on the leash, never. She's 10 months old, Al, so she's off to a great start.
Wow.
And I'm expecting to have her full-time at the end of March.
Wow, congratulations. And then is there continuous training? And I guess not so much your service dog, you'll teach what it needs. But as far as the cadavering thing, do they ever forget that? And I mean, I don't want any natural disasters to happen any too soon, but how do you keep a dog trained and looking for dead people?
Yeah, so that's basically we'll start our training in March. When I pick her up in March, we'll start our cadaver dog training together for that. And it's basically going to be teaching her what the scents that we're looking for and you know what a body technically puts out once it's passed, and and
Wow.
we'll be able to go out and start searching that, and we'll start setting up trainings every couple weeks. I mean every at least once or twice a week we'll be out training doing that just to stay proficient at it.
Wow. Congratulations. And I did ask, what kind of dog? What's the name of the dog? Do you
Oh,
get the name of the
it's
dog?
yeah. So her name is Luna. She is half Malinois, half Dutch Shepherd. So she looks like a Malinois, and it's
Yeah, but that's relatively a large dog. That dog will be your size.
no, she only gets to be about 60 pounds. Is about all. So
All right.
uh, like like riding the plane out, she'll just go right down where my feet go. She'll fit
No, they
right in there
should.
good.
Fair enough. Luna, though, can you change the dog's name? You're a Moose guy. When you had Moose,
Oh yeah,
Moose and you were like, that made sense to me. I don't
yeah,
see you yelling Luna, Luna. You don't come,
yeah.
little peace Nicky for me. Can you change the dog's name or no? This is buried.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna shorten it up and just go with Lou.
Okay. See, I knew that Luna thing wasn't going to fly for you. Okay.
Nah, it
So
doesn't stick to
cool.
me real well.
So you did Thanksgiving this year at the football game. So what, chicken wings? What did you have for dinner? I would love that,
Oh
by the
no,
way.
we went out and had a nice steak dinner before the
All right.
game, and
Okay.
it was Baltimore's a cool town, cool stadium, but I'll tell you what, it was cold, Al. I don't know how those you got to be a loyal fan to be there for that. It
No.
was tough, but it was just in the times that we're living, it was really cool just to live out that experience, of not just getting the dog, but being at a Thanksgiving night game and getting to
Yeah.
watch Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow go head to head. That was so entertaining.
That's very cool. Your traditional Thanksgiving, though, if you're not at a fancy game getting a wonderful dog,
Yeah.
what do you like? The big parties where everybody, your third cousin once removed brings her boyfriend and there's 65 people, or do you like the small intimate one? What's your favorite Thanksgiving? What would it be?
Yeah. Slow and low key. A lot of football, a lot of
There you go.
snacks, and one good meal of some ham, some mashed potatoes, and some green bean
Okay.
casserole, and I'm good.
You see, there ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more, Jack. Really interesting in how you handle snow. If we can
Oh
talk
yeah.
about that. Okay, we'll talk about that with Jack right after this. It's Jack Zimmerman on the Al Travis Show.
Hey, Brian.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in red-blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
don't need to ask him his opinion more than once. Al Travis on The Al Travis Show.
We've got him, Jack Zimmerman. If you don't know, he's our local war hero. We love this cat. We appreciate him being here. Jack, you were at the Titans game. Were you able to watch the Viking game at all? And if you want to call it a game?
Yeah. Well, you have to realize, Al, I came off a Titans game. They're 1-10. I didn't think it could get any worse. And then I head to the bar and watch the Vikings game, and it does get worse, Al. It does. I mean, the fact that we have so many great athletes that are still playing on this team makes me very nervous to think that they're going to want to sign another contract to continue to play in Minnesota. It is awful. And what only made it worse, Al, and you kind of led into this, is they got their butts kicked out in Washington, and they had to fly back to a foot of snow.
We'll talk about the snow in a second. Let me do this. Do you see at all that possibly some of these great athletes have given up a little bit? We're seeing some of the receivers not maybe concentrating as much as they should. Some balls they're missing now. Everybody drops a ball. I would say the difference would be the running back. He was hurt, injured. He still came about. I want to play some more. I see him. I think these quarterbacks are doing all they can. I don't know. You think everybody's still playing 100%?
I think, yesterday it was really confusing because you would think that these guys are making very good money. They're very competitive people. They wouldn't have got to the position they were in had they been. Max Brosmer's getting his first start ever. He's going to want to play the best he can. You look at all these things and then you go, what happened on the field? Why didn't any of it translate, And it was to go play against Sam Darnold, that should have been another little bit of a boost, Just a lot of things that just didn't look right, and it looks like a team that knows they're not going to make it the playoffs,
That's the feeling I got as well. The other thing, the kickers want to do everything. The kickers are doing their job. But let's move on. You're right about the snow and coming home, and I thought about you over the weekend. We knew we were getting 10-ish inches of snow here in my neck of the woods. I don't know what you got out in Cleveland in your neck of the woods, but made a plan. I can no longer do 2 inches of snow. I got a snowblower, but it's just pounding into 10. I can't. Went out 3 times, handled it, in 3-inch segments, goes pretty easily. Maybe that's an old man move. And I thought to myself, what in God's green earth does Jack do? You got a little plow in front of your tractor trailer, your track chair? How do you do it? And you must go out there every 10 minutes.
Al, 10 inches of snow, that'd be chest deep for a guy like me with no legs, So
you're not shoveling. What do you do?
I know. I take the Al Travis approach. I know a guy. I have
there you go.
I have a guy come over and when it's done snowing, it take care of it all for me. I mean, I think that's the way to do it. And if I learned anything in life, Al, it's the fact that don't do things you're not good at. You know what I mean? Find somebody that's good at it and pay them to do it.
I love that. I love that a ton. Is he a guy with a blade on his truck? I want to be that guy.
Yeah,
I want a truck with a blade.
Skid loader this year. I think he's got a skid loader this year, even. Yeah. So it's makes good work of it, and it cleans it up good. And man, I'm lucky to have him.
You didn't need to bring that up. I told my wife the only thing I want, life has treated me well. I want a Bobcat with a bucket on it, and I want a cab. She goes, "What would you do with this?" I said, "Well, shovel all winter long, no problem. Never being cold." I said, "I'll do the whole neighborhood. You get it for me. I'll do everybody. I won't stop till it's done." I would do that. And then I'd have a very flat yard, I presume. I'd just be out scrape. I know I'd filled my time in a Bobcat.
Just think how good and easy it'd be to mulch the flower beds in the spring out with a skid loader. We can find a whole list of things here to convince the wife,
Get me all the attachments out there. I'll be moving trees and plant. Yeah, you give me the attachments. I would love that. Anyway, I don't want to go down too far down that road. The other thing I wanted to chat with you about real quick, your Strength and Service podcast. I know no one watched mine, and that was fine. You tried hard. I saw all the little clips. Fine. Who is this cat you had on last week, and who you got going on this week? Because that cat last week, he was entertaining. I mean, interesting to watch.
Oh yeah, we've had some great podcasts. This morning, Sherry Rolfing's episode just dropped. She's a Cleveland native, not native as well, but she's been there most of her life from my hometown area. She's a Delta pilot. Super interesting conversation, and I always think, Al, when I'm sitting up there and I watch the pilots go down before I get on the plane, I always think, what are they doing down there? Are they actually doing something on the plane? Are they eating lunch? What are they doing? So I finally got some answers, and it's pretty interesting to see the life of she's flown all kinds of different stuff from private to commercial, and it's interesting to see what and hear what they do when they get to a town that's not their hometown, what they do for the night, and how that all works, and how it would even become a pilot. Super interesting conversation, and she's serving people every day, getting them where they want to go, and it's just so cool, and the way she gives back to helping the youth get involved in aviation and everything else. Super interesting conversation.
The pilot thing is brilliant a job to get into. I actually know 3 kids who grew up with my kids that all went out to be pilots, because as you watch in the demand, you had one delayed flight, the number of people, the demand is huge. People want to fly in planes, and yet we don't have the old, Afghanistan guys now is what we got, but we didn't have Vietnam, and we had a bunch of pilots that came over, trained for the military. You got to go to school, get that license, but those are good jobs. Those are good paying jobs that, you can move up the ranks and make some real cash being a pilot. I wish I would have thought about that as a kid.
Yeah, the most interesting thing I think I learned from the whole conversation was that she's like, once I'm done with the flight and I park the plane, I'm done. I'm checked out. I don't take any work home with me. I don't have to worry about if a light came on or this or that or whatever. Once I park the plane, I just walk away from it, and I'm off until it's not time for me to fly again, And another good slogan I learned was 8 hours from bottle to throttle. That was another one I learned from the podcast,
Yeah, you make sure you stay away from it. I like that. The other thing, though, every job gets probably a little boring at some point. The taking off would be fun. The landing's got to just be always, 200 people behind you say, looking out a window, don't screw this up. That's exciting. But I got to think hours in the air where you put the autopilot on and you're just like waiting for snakes in the plane or something exciting to happen. I think it could get boring at times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talked about that, too. I said, are you up there flying? Are you eating lunch? Are you playing Sudoku? What the heck is going on up there, And,
Taylor's on her phone playing Sudoku. I love that. That's hilarious. Jack Zimmerman, I got to get going. Strength of Service is your podcast. You can get that anywhere you get a podcast, right? Strength of Service.
Strength of Service. Look us up. Every Monday we drop a new episode.
And you can still get the books?
Yeah,
how do
absolutely.
I get the
Head
book?
to my website, jackzimmermanusa.com or jackzimmermanmn.com, and grab yourself a copy of one of my books. And if you're looking for anybody to come speak, get a hold of me there too.
I was going to say, you do a lot of motivational speaking for different size groups, a lot of schools, legions, that sort of thing. Corporate gigs. How do they get that booked?
Yeah, go on there. Top right-hand corner, you'll click Get in Touch. You can reach out to me there. We'll set up a date, and we'll figure everything else out there. And I'll look forward to come speaking to your event.
Jack, I appreciate you, my friend. We'll do it again next week.
Thanks, Al. Look forward to it.
Jack Zimmerman, Strength and Service. Check out that podcast.